Hello, hello. Um, Let me know how the sound is. Is the background music too loud? I want to have a little bit of the background music, but not too much. I don't have my headphones, so I don't have my regular microphone. Just really set this office up to have proper streaming equipment because I am here once in a while. But I apologize. Hopefully everything's good, and you can let me know. Does the sound fine? Thank you, John. Thank you so much for letting me know. All right, let's jump into it. It's great to have everyone back. Thank you so much. I know my wife's watching, which always makes me feel a little bit more intimidated. But that's just the way it is sometimes. And I love doing these live streams. So I'm so happy to be doing this one. This one, on Monday, I did in my vlog, I talked a little bit about how being here at my dad's place and reminiscing a little bit about the family, it got me thinking about Genesis and the history of the game and everything we put into it. So I thought it'd be a good little video to show all the mementos and all these things I've held on to over the years. And I also figured while we're here, I have a bunch of spare Alpha Boost packs, and I figured I'm just gonna open one and see how it goes. So that's kind of fun and exciting. No, you should not stop watching. My wife was asking. No. I love having the community, and I love your support. It's just knowing the actual people who are watching sometimes does make me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's why I do these. That's one of the reasons why I do these presentations. It's to practice presenting, being comfortable in front of people who I'm normally not always comfortable presenting in front of, or just being out there, right? Part of growing as an individual is putting yourself in positions that you're not comfortable with and learning to work with that. So presenting is not something I'm used to. And even though I've done 19 of these lessons learned, and we've done 30 plus episodes of Exploring the Library, and I've done, a whole bunch of vlogs, I'm still not fully comfortable being in front of the camera, and I make mistakes. Actually, just before this, I was messaged by my brother about how this morning I was talking about North America and I completely left out Mexico, and I was like, oh, I'm just, it happens. But we work through it, right? And we become better for it. So I apologize for that mistake this morning. I apologize for also forgetting the word revitalization this morning. It happens. But we're here to talk about putting out content for the TCG space. While I'm at it and talking about content for the TCG space, Flesh and Bones just put out a video like an hour before this live stream started with an interview that I did with him, and I didn't expect that one to go live. So I had to watch the entire thing to make sure that everything in there was okay. And I do trust the content creators to put together appropriate information. It's just I wasn't expecting that to go live, so it happened. All right. So the YouTube stream still has Tuesday's title. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. So that was weird. And that's what happened to me. I was sharing the YouTube link out somewhere, and it put the wrong title from Tuesday's Exploring the Library. So I don't know what happened there, but we pushed forward, right? All right, so huge shout out to Patreon supporters. I've got most of the Patreon packages out there except for everyone who's at Dragon World. I still have yours. I'm hoping to stop by the store tomorrow. So if you come by tomorrow or Sunday, where they'll be hosting the first Genesis event in a very, very long time. I think the last one they did was during Raise. So if you're in Brampton, go to Dragon World on Sunday, participate in their Genesis event. The store is throwing in prize pools from some of the older sets, the now out-of-print sets. So if you want to still get your hands on some of those old packs, those are available. Next Patreon promo for August is that alternate art pressure point. This is a big one. Also, if you weren't part of Patreon, you may not have known this, but all the Patreon members for July got early access to second edition booster packs. I gave all of them second edition booster packs. I haven't heard from anyone if anyone got a foil yet, but I'm sure that's going to happen soon. It was a lot of packs that I had to give out. And so if you want to get second edition packs earlier than the rest of your peers, or if you just want to stay ahead of the curve and get a lot of exclusive promos and products a little bit ahead of release, Patreon's the way to do it. So special shout out to Andrew, Gunther, Jacob, Steven, Pack Puller, Stevo, Will, Good Time Games for all of the support you've been giving. You are our top tier supporters. We actually just went over 34 Patreon supporters, so I'm really excited about that. It skyrocketed over the past month, so I'm really, really happy for all the support that we're getting from Patreon members. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is Future League. Sorry. So we actually put all the information about Future League up on our website. So you can go to genesisboc.com/Future League. These are upcoming promos. June, July was Lightless and Guardian of Balance. Next one is going to be Puppet Control, then Giant Scorpion, and then we're looking if you participate in work in July, August. So work in September, then in October you're going to get that Reverse Arc Chrono Walker. I don't know what the promos are going to be after that, but these are the upcoming Future League exclusive promos. So they're really awesome. Reverse art and some of the really high-end rares. That Giant Scorpion is the alpha artwork for Giant Scorpion, and that Puppet Control is actually the original art for Puppet Control, where there's a little soldier being controlled, and then reversed. So some special stuff coming to the pool very soon. All right, so today's a bit of show and tell. I don't have a lot on the slide deck itself. I'm just going to be showing off some of the evolution, some of the stuff that I've been holding on to. I don't know if you can see the stuff around me. I have a whole bunch of stuff around me. But I'm going to go into some binders of older cards, some notes that I've taken. I want to show an old board that I have. So let's just switch cameras a little bit. So I'm going to throw up the camera, the setup I have for vlogs, and I'm going to talk about some of the stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is my buddy, this little penguin. So during the time of the launch of Alpha, I had recently lost my cousin from cancer. So, and he was a huge inspiration to me. He did a lot, and he was like a brother to me. He did so much for me growing up. He was always there for me. So when I released the Alpha gift box that had a dedication to all the players, and I talk about that, I realize I have it upstairs. I don't have it on me. But that Alpha gift box, it's on the back of it. It actually has a dedication to him. So I sent a copy of that gift box to his wife, and she sent me back this little penguin, which was his when he was a kid. So that was the first thing I want to show. Next thing I want to show off is, so we know the Genesis board right now. It's a 5x6 communal board. The game didn't start that way. Actually, the first introduction of bringing a board into the game was because we went from playing Magic to Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a really interesting setup where you had your monster zone and your trap zone. But there was some interactions that I felt were missing from that game. So we actually created, this was the first board that we had for Genesis. So it was your attack zone and your defense zone, and then on the side here you had I think it was your, I want to say arena cards and like trap cards or something like that, and then you had your deck and graveyard that went there. So this is actually just on the back of some card table box thingy, but this was actually the very first board for Genesis. Yeah, cool, thank you. Live streams, always fun. And so that was our very first board for Genesis. I actually was hoping to find the cardboard board that it was a Bristol board version of the modern playmat, but I have no idea where that went. So that version of the game, let me bring that back up again. Yeah. So this version of the game, it was a lot of like, you had creatures who were back here, and to attack your opponent, you had to have a creature in your attack zone, and it had to have a clear line of path to your opponent, and as long as it did, it damaged them. And everyone started the game off with a big creature. At those times, they were called Guardians. And then you had a Guardian that was your big monster that you started the game with, but it couldn't attack your opponent directly. So it was used more to knock out your opponent's bigger creatures. And you had to move, every single turn, you could move one slot left, right, forward, back into your attack position, defense position, or to one of the sides to get it clearing. So if your opponent brought out a creature on one far side of the board and you had it on the other side, you wanted to defend against it, you had to move to be in line with that creature. So we still had early versions of that tactical system in there, because one of the things I felt was that Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't want to say that they did anything wrong. It's a great game. They did what was best for their game. I thought a cool direction that game could have gone into was optimizing where you place your creatures on the board mattered. And that was kind of the first step of it. We later played a game called Anachronism, and that one had a full board that was used by both players. It was a bit small, and the movement was a bit stilted. But that, combined with the evolution of the older board, brought together what we have as a new tactical system for Genesis. And I don't think we perfected the tactical system. I think there'll be another game that comes out that does something that's really, really cool and very unique. But what we will always find comfort in is what we did for Genesis then was the right move to make as the game's growing. And you cannot, I don't think it's ever healthy to look back on what you've done and say, oh, I regret that decision. I should have done things differently. We failed as a game, or we failed as a product. No, you should never do that. You did what you thought was the best move to make with the knowledge you have at that time. And that's why I like holding on to all these different iterations of Genesis, because it was definitely the best decisions to make at that time. So I was talking about the gift box earlier. This is, I think, the last one. This is more or less my copy. That's sealed. So I'm going to read this dedication that's on the back of the box. Back in 2002, I had a dream that my friend and I made a game. It took 15 years, several iterations, and a lot of effort, but I literally made my childhood dream come true with the launch of Genesis Battle Champions Alpha Set. Along the way, a lot of people have helped bring this project to life, and I wanted to thank them. In particular, I wanted to say thank you to my parents, who taught me to always do my best and to always be learning. To the Queen of Squirrels, my BV, my wife, thank you for your endless love, support, and encouragement. To Nabil Bai, this is my cousin, thank you for reminding me that if you truly believe in something, you have to go for it, no matter what. To Arthur, thank you for bringing Jalar to life. So Arthur was our first art director, and he did a lot for bringing this game to where it is. To Leslie, thank you for giving me my first look into the Genesis universe. She did the first artwork for Genesis. You should know some of her artwork from Angel of Retribution, the alpha and beta version, Malevolent Spirit. She did the anime version of the Champions, Bolt Shot, both versions. So also to Wasimbai, thank you for always believing me. And then to Lionel, Lincoln, and Chris, these are my three best friends. Thank you for spending so many nights playtesting with me. If you received a copy of this box, then I wanted to thank you for your support, your help, and your dedication in getting this game off the ground. Without all of you, I could never have done this. Thank you so much. So, all my brothers have always been there to support me, my entire family. The reason why Wasim is a little bit special is because in early days of testing, my other brothers were there to help, and they encouraged it. But Wasim sat down very seriously and helped me iterate the game so much and tear it apart in so many ways. So I really appreciate that he helped refine the rules to where it was. All right. So something else I want to show. If you have ideas for game design, I recommend just getting a small, cheap dollar notebook thing and never throw these away. Hold on to them forever. This has a lot of great gems in it. I don't want to go through the entire thing, but there's a lot of cool concepts of different creatures, different characters, dungeon format, what are the different classes, so Archer, Necro, Mage, Paladin, Warrior, Rogue, and different commander styles. So like I said, the cards were originally commanders, and then they got changed to champions. So the idea was you had this character on the board that you started off with, and it was your big creature that was the epitome of you. So if you're watching Yu-Gi-Oh!, then you think the Dark Magician or the Blue Eyes White Dragon. If you're thinking Pokemon, it's like Pikachu, right? Everyone, there's that iconic kind of character. that would be your partner. But then over time, we thought it would be a lot cooler if that character took more of an active role and was you. So that's how the champions kind of shifted out from there. The other thing that I used to have a lot of difficulties visualizing the game. So the game originally started off with this concept of there were just two affiliations, light and dark. That didn't work because light represented all the defensive stuff, dark had all the offensive stuff. So dark had all the win cons but couldn't stay alive. Light had no win cons and just couldn't be defeated. And the game was just terrible, and it was in a stalemate all the time. So we separated it to earth, air, water, fire, and this worked fairly well. But the problem that we had there was it's too generic. It's something that we felt had been done a billion times. So something that I implemented, and I thought I was super revolutionary with this, was this concept of earth, air, water, fire combined with light and dark. So you had all 8 affiliations, and it just got crazy, and things had to get separated to different sections. So we can talk about different mechanics. So like flight is part of air dark and water light. You have control being over here, bounce back being over here, beast being between earth dark and fire dark. So that's one of the things that they excel at. And then all these different combinations of where things kind of rest and lie and who's better at things. So it was a good way to visualize, and I think it was a good exercise in constructing a game. But the big issue that we had there was there's too many moving pieces. And I think one thing we found over time was that 5 was a good magical number. And it feels bad being compared to Magic all the time, saying Magic has 5 colors, you have 5 colors, you're basically just a ripoff of Magic. But at the same time, I have trust that they did their planning, they did their research, and 5 worked for them. And the more we experimented, we found 5 worked for us too. The idea of leaving Phage out, that was a whole other design decision in and of itself. But that was really cool. Another thing, I'm not going to go through this again, is this bag. This is literally all the proxies we ever printed off and played with. So I got just dozens of these little pieces of paper that say different cards. So this is Waterlight, Incantation Spell. Search target opponent's spell book for any one card and add that card to that player's hand. That player must shuffle their spell book. Like, and this is, it doesn't even say beta, it says beta. Beta A. So every time we did any playtesting with cards, we wrote them in here. So I'm sure there'll be so many cards in here that actually are part of Genesis now. But though eventually we got a little bit more organized, a little bit more sophisticated, and we started creating these little binders of cards. So I have so many binders. I think one thing that's really cool here is I've talked before about how Genesis is a simplified version of an earlier version of the game called Origins. This binder is the last printing of the card list from Origins. So I just wanted to mention a few cards that are in here that you would probably be familiar with. So where is Thymos? So we got Judgment. Vellum used to be called Judgment. Okay, where is F? Gaia. Oh, he wasn't part of Thymos originally. So Giant Scorpion is what I'm looking for. Giant Scorpion used to be as a Jaylara card or like a world card. Everyone could play with it. And I'm pretty sure, here it is. There we go. Giant Scorpion. Still at, it used to be 2 attack, 3 endurance, which got upgraded, but still 14 aura and 5 chi. So it went up a chi, and went up in attack, went up in health, but its cost stayed the same. That version of the game had this idea of the 5 affiliations, as we know them, along with Jaylara, but then it also had 3 classes. So every champion, and I'll show this to you, so every champion had on it their affiliation, the world, and then their class. So you can play any cards from the world, you can play any cards from your affiliation, any card from your class. The issue with that is the division of cards going into a boost pack. if we assume even distribution of all the different categorizations, you had 5 affiliations, 3 classes, plus the world in a 15 card booster pack. You're not even getting 2 of each card. You're getting a bit less than 2. So you're going to double up on some. Some of them will be the same. So that means on a bad pack, you might actually only get 2 cards or 3 cards you can actually play with, not necessarily even the cards you're looking for. So once we started introducing booster packs and we introduced the idea of people spending money to buy booster packs, we had to simplify things because we want to make sure that when you buy a pack, you have more cards you can play with. The other thing you probably noticed is you only had 1 affiliation. So now when you're looking at Champion, you have Bellum and Axon. If you open up a pack, assuming no JLR cards in the pack and even distribution, 50% of the pack is playable. And those are the numbers we want to see. We want to make sure that we are staying as close to 50%. But actually with the world cards, now you're a little bit higher than 50%. Majority of the pack, majority of the cards you open from a booster pack, your champion should be able to play with. And that's a feel-good moment for the player. I remember playing Mono Black and Magic, and if I opened up a pack and I got primarily all the other colors, it wasn't the greatest feeling. Now, I think over time, it dilutes itself. We're talking about statistics, and things change with statistics. You can't just look at one sample, but that's what we're looking for. We're trying to make sure that statistically the numbers work in favor for the people who are spending money, which is the players. All right. How much time? I'm at 23. I got a few other things I want to show off. Oh, there's so much stuff that are on this table, seriously. But let's talk about the evolution of booster packs. Because I actually found every single booster pack that ever got printed. So these were the very first booster packs that were ever made. They're cardboard booster packs. They just say Genesis, Haunted Castle Gaming. And I know that these are the very first ones because the back of them has the artwork from Essence Drain, and they don't match. It has an upside down kind of factor to it. These are the very first ones. These were first edition packs. All the cards that came in these said 2017 on them. Yeah, that's what they were. There are very few of these. I want to say less than 20 of these printed. And none of mine still have the cards in them. I opened all of my packs. I only know of one of them that's still sealed. My sister-in-law has it because she bought it because she wanted to support us, but she had no intention of playing the game. So she bought that and just left it alone. The second iteration of the packs, which are the first ones printed in 2018, so they would say 2018 on the bottom of the cards, they have the aura symbol on the back, and it's properly aligned. It looks nice. When you open it, you get the full art of the aura, but it's still this cardboard box. These were also a very short print run because we didn't know if we wanted to move forward with these packs, and it wasn't the full set. This is when we start getting into sets, when we got, I think, 80% of the set done. These actually say Alpha Set, second edition on them, tactical collectible card game, 18 card booster packs. You have the aura symbol and a barcode. Look at that. Look how professional we are. But the key about these is once you open them up, come on, open up. It has the little like legal text in it. So it's the 2018 Haunted Castle Gaming, yada, yada, yada. But there's also the affiliation of these symbols, which are really cool. You get a little QR code, which will take you straight to the Genesis website. And then inside, you have this Jalayan Waters artwork, which a lot of people love, and it's such a beautiful piece. This is also done by Arthur. I talked about him earlier. And it says to this, to those who believe and those who fell too soon, thank you. And that was supposed to be a dedication to my cousin Nabil. He was in his early 30s. I printed these packs shortly after he passed away. I believe so, at least. I'm trying to remember. Timelines are a little confusing for me. But what happened was we were printing everything through a company called The Game Crafter. And they were all about short print runs. So these cards were, honestly, I thought after Alpha I would never touch Genesis again. I did not think it would get this far. But the community kept on supporting it, kept on rallying behind it, and we kept on pushing, and we got there. These were, I think, the final print run, which have the full 90 card list. And these packs here, which are a little stuck together, I think only had 80, I want to say 82 or 83 of the full 90 cards. These I don't think even have Vampiricus in them. And these were earlier print runs. These were the first one done with this metallic finish. No legal, no barcode, nothing. We degraded. But what happened was the Game Crafter was saying to us, oh, they're pushing out these new line of booster packs. Instead of buying the old cardboard ones, which are more expensive, buy these metallic ones, and they'll be a little bit cheaper. You can buy them in bulk. So we did 2 rounds of those packs. The first round, I think I only did 4 or 5. No, I did 6 booster boxes. They were, I wanted to keep one for myself, but all 6 went to Heads or Tails and Forbes, and they were gone within a week of hitting the shelf. So not only were they pre-sold to the stores, they were also pre-sold to the players. Then we had a second round of booster boxes, which I ordered many more. I think I ordered 10 or 12, and I was able to hold on to one of them for myself, which I opened up during the championship so we can sell individual packs. And these are the last ones of those. The cardboard booster packs would have been unique in the industry. Also, I'm guessing much more expensive. So not fully unique. Magic did do a round of cardboard booster packs for Modern Masters 1, I believe. And that's where we got some of the inspiration. I thought it was really, really cool. These weren't originally designed as booster packs. They were supposed to be designed for card games that they're called like they're small card games, like 18 card games, and they were supposed to be for that. But I hijacked their system to make them into booster packs, and that worked for me quite well. But yeah, that's one of those things I want to think about. And as we kind of grow as a company, the environmental issues behind that are important, right? So the second thing we had was the beta packs, and these only had one cover because we were starting to go into mass production, and we chose to print more boost packs instead of creating boost packs with multiple covers. At the time, I regretted it, but now I'm so happy because those beta boost packs sold so fast once they got into distribution. These other ones you should have already seen. It's just Welcome to Jalaran Raids. They're not as special anymore. But last thing I'm going to do as we kind of wrap up the live stream here is let's open up an Alpha Boost pack. So leave it in chat, first person to say it. We got Essence Drain, Baroque, Bolt Shot, and Careful Consideration. Which one should I open? Pick it. First one that I see, that's the one I'll open. What else can I show you? Oh, the other thing, while we're kind of waiting about that, I was going through this box and of all my old mementos, and I found some things that I didn't even know I still had. One of them was a whole bunch of the anime champions, so that's why there's so few of them in circulation. Careful Consideration, that's the one we're going to open up. The other thing I have, this was done much more recently, but I actually made a playing card deck. And if this is something you're interested in, let me know. I'll print this off for you, and I'll just charge you costs. Whatever it costs me to get it made, I'll get this made for you. But I did it so you have, on the ace, you have Sahas, and then you have the pillars on the 2. Then for spades, I did with Axon, and I did all the kind of like weird creatures. Then you got into the 2 alterations, and then you got into the high end, and then you got into the champions. So you can get like, where is it? I'm going backwards here. So you got the king, the queen, the jack. So kind of cool little playing card deck. I'll let you know how much they cost. If this is something you're interested in, just let me know, and I'll, pick up a few for you. But yeah. And also the Jokers are Xamarin Dragons, because, come on, seriously. Yeah, Steve, I will get you that. I'll let you know how much it costs, and I'll see if I can get you a deck of that. Oh, the other thing I have, this is the original Oni demo decks. I have so few of these left, so I can't give them out anymore. But I used to give these out for free, and that was the only way of getting Oni, because Oni was not in booster packs. So let's open this up. It had the nice little tab thing, but that did not go well at all. I have no idea. Is this really a smart idea? It's okay. What's done is done. We are opening up the packs. These are really hard to open up. All right. I'm not even going to look at these myself. I'm just going to double check. Yes, these are 2018. So, library, water element. I'm just trying to make sure that it's centered and there's not too much glare on these cards. Because of the finish on these cards, they do glare a lot more. So like I was saying, these packs do not have the full card pull. So that's why you're seeing a lot of things here that were different or like more common in alpha. Hey, careful consideration in the careful consideration pack. That's pretty nice. This, I remember getting this artwork, and this was just a beaut. Hey, look at that, aura cards. Those are always fun. That's an Axon teleportation. I don't think we got an epic in this pack. I think that Guardian Balance was probably our only rare. Yeah, that was our only rare. But still, nice pack. And it's always fun looking at some of these alpha stuff and seeing how much things have changed. It's cut so close to the bottom of the cards. Like the names look like they're about to be cut off. But yeah, just the one rare, the Guardian Balance. Cool. All right, let's switch back to the slide deck and just wrap this up here. So, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them out there. And if you're watching this video past the live stream, still leave comments, leave questions, and I will get to them eventually. So, thank you everyone who's been watching. Upcoming events, as always, Meta Mondays. Great way to participate with the community and help grow that database of information that's out there. Exploring the Library is happening Tuesday nights. Sorry I missed this Tuesday. It was Eid. I was busy with family stuff. It happens, right? So next Tuesday, I'll be there. I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Game design talk. That's what we're doing right now. Next week, I think it's going to be a bit of an interesting one. We'll have some fun with that. Future League testing shortly after this. Join the Future League server. If you want to know how to do that, go to genesisboc.com/future-league, and there will be the link to the Discord. Join the Discord, join the conversation, and get those cool promos. August 2nd, we're going to have our town hall. Is it the 2nd? I think it's the 2nd. So we're going to have that 6 p.m. That'll be on Zoom. I think there's on Facebook. The event is already made, so you can join that. Second edition, I'm hoping soon we'll be able to give out some really, really cool information about that. Just hold on for a little bit longer, but the product looks awesome. And then next week, what I'm going to be doing is deck building. I've actually, now that COVID's relaxing a little bit, I've had a bunch of people asking me when am I going to play and when can I play against them. I've been telling them recently. I've been interacting with my brother who came in from out of town, and he came in from the States. So the government guidelines is if you've been interacting with someone who has traveled in the past 2 weeks, then it's better to stay safe and not interact too much with other people. So I've been doing my best, keeping distance and not interacting. Once those 2 weeks are done, so sometime in August, if you want to play, just let me know, and I will try my best to meet up with you and we can play. If you're in the Southern Ontario area. But I want to do some deck building. I want to put together some things that I've been playtesting on Tabletop Simulator, putting them with actual cards. And I would also like to just explore something new. So if you want to help me do some deck building, let's do that next week for 15-20 minutes and see what we can come up with. That's everything for this week. Steve, it's okay. Tuesday was nice and calm and nothing chaotic happening. That's good to know. I feel like you're being sarcastic there, though, but I don't know. Thank you, everyone who watched. Thank you so much for continuing to support the community. I want to, again, give a huge shout out to all our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for everything you do. To all our partners, retail partners, thank you so much for carrying the game, for believing in us, for giving us the chance. And I think as the game grows, we're trying our best to make it worth your time and effort that you've put into the game. And yeah, that's it for now. See you next week. Next week. Bye.